Hello again, and welcome back to Kids Bible Stories. You may notice that my voice is a little bit different. I'm getting over a cold, so please be patient as I get my voice back. Today's episode is called Elisha and the Boy Who Sneezed Back to Life. This comes from 2 Kings chapter 4, verses 18 through 37, and John chapter 9, verses 1 through 3. I'd like to say thank you so much for our newest Patreon supporters, Graham and Greg. Your membership helps keep this podcast free for others. Thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoy the bonus content. And thank you to the generous donations from Brittany and Sanithia. All right, listeners, welcome back to our Elisha series. Last week, we heard Elisha tell the woman that she would have a son. Oh, she was so excited. And listeners, did she have a son?
Yes.
Yes, she did. Let's pick up our story and hear what happens next. That sweet baby boy that she had, he grew and he grew and he grew. He grew up healthy and strong. One sunny afternoon, while the boy was out in the fields with his father, something strange happened. He suddenly stopped what he was doing and grabbed his head with both hands. His face scrunched up in pain, and he cried out,
"Oh, my head! My head!"
His father turned around quickly, his eyes wide with worry. The boy sank to his knees, holding his head tightly, while the tall grass swayed gently around him in the warm breeze. Immediately, his father told a servant,
Just carry him home to his mother."
Off the servant rushed with the boy. I imagine his mom being shocked by this. What's wrong? Why are you back so early? He's not well. Holding him tightly, she ran her fingers through his hair, her heart silently lifting prayers for her precious child. This gift, her child Elisha told her that God would give to her, and here he was. But what now? He was sick. The boy sat on her lap until noon, and then, sadly, passed away. Heartbroken, the mother carried her son to Elisha's room and gently laid him on the bed. She shut the door and hurried to her husband, saying, "Please, send me a donkey and a servant. I must go see the man of God, and I'll come back." Her husband was puzzled.
"Why go today? It's not a special day, like the Sabbath."
She simply replied, "All is well." She saddled the donkey and told the servant, "Hurry, hurry! Don't slow down unless I tell you." They raced to find Elisha at Mount Carmel. When Elisha saw her coming, he said to Gehazi,
Look, there's the Shunammite woman. Go and ask her if everything's okay."
Gehazi went to her and asked this. The woman only said, "All is well." But when she reached Elisha, she fell at his feet, weeping. Gehazi came near to pull her away, but Elisha stopped him.
"No, stop, leave her alone. She's very upset, and the Lord has not told me about it. He's hidden it from me."
Through sobs, she cried, Did I ask for a son? Didn't I say? Don't deceive me. Don't get my hopes up." Elisha immediately instructed Gehazi.
Go now, tie up your garment, and take my staff in your hand and go. And if you meet anyone, do not greet him. And if anyone greets you, don't reply. And then lay my staff on the face of the child.
But the woman told Elisha, I won't leave you. So Elisha arose and went with her. The woman walked beside Elisha, her steps, heavy with grief and hope, tangled together. She clutched her cloak tightly, her eyes fixed ahead, while silent prayers and tears traced paths down her dust-streaked face. The Bible doesn't describe what their journey back to the child was like. But I wonder, did he pray out loud, asking God for help? Or did he try to comfort her with talking? Now remember, Gehazi had hurried ahead, and when he got there, he placed the staff on the boy's face. But nothing happened. The boy remained lifeless. When Elisha arrived at the house, he saw the boy lying on the bed. He went in, shut the door, and prayed to... Listeners, say out loud, who did he pray to?
God.
Yes, God. Elisha stretched himself over the boy, mouth to mouth, eyes to eyes, and hands to hands. The boy's body began to grow warm. Elisha got up, paced the room, and tried again. Suddenly, the boy sneezed
Achoo, achoo, achoo,
7 times
achoo,
and
achoo.
opened his eyes. Elisha called Gehazi.
Quick, bring the boy's mother.
I wonder if she walked slowly into the room, afraid to find everything unchanged. Or if she rushed into the room full of hope for a miracle. When she came in, Elisha looked at her and said words she'd probably never forget.
Go on, pick up your son.
The woman fell at Elisha's feet, bowing, overwhelmed with gratitude. Then she scooped up her son and held him tightly, her heart filled with joy and thankfulness to God. Well, that is it for our story today. But before we go, let's think about what we just heard. Wow, talk about ups and downs. I found myself crying and then smiling. So much happened in our past 2 episodes. Elisha witnessed a lot of miracles, and we've heard about some of those. But I think so far, this is the most remarkable one. What do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Let's remember that Elisha is a prophet and loves and obeys God. But is it Elisha who has the power to bring her son back to life?
No.
Then who does?
God.
Yes, that's right. And did her son come back to life?
Yes.
How do you think his mom felt when he did?
Like shocked and very excited. Amazed.
Thanks for sharing. There are 2 important things I want you to know. First, sometimes when really sad things happen, like sickness, people might try to blame it on something that isn't true. Listen to Jesus talk to his disciples about this in the book of John. One day, his disciples asked him,
Rabbi, who sinned, did this man or his parents, that he was born blind?
Neither this man nor his parents have sinned. But this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him.
You see, the people wanted to blame the man's blindness on his parents' sin or his own. But that's not the case for him. Jesus does give this blind man sight and displays God's good work and power through healing him, so that God gets the glory and others may come to believe in him. The second thing is, I am so glad God brought the woman's son back to life. But I know that other families lost loved ones that day too, and they were not brought back. Why? I don't know. I am not God, and I don't have all the answers. But if I feel confused or uncertain about that, I talk to God. I ask him to help me trust and understand what I can. And what I do is I remember who God is. I remember that he is all-powerful. Everything that's seen was made by him. I remember that he loves us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him. So even when I don't understand, I can trust he has a plan that's good, even though I may not be able to see it right now. Well, that is it for our story today. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your patience with my voice. You can say a little prayer for me that it heals up quickly. If you would like to learn more about the podcast, get the bonus content for the episodes, or help support it, simply go to the links in today's show notes. And remember, stay tuned because we have more in our Elisha series. Thanks again, everyone. And as always, bye for now.